Hey everybody, Rosgrease Gaming back with another video for you guys today. I have a new mic that, as you can see, I'm editing the video for, and this is our new microphone for our videos, the Yeti Blackout. It's been out for a while, but I needed to upgrade to a better mic, so let's walk through and show you guys what makes this mic so keen that everybody wants this. Everybody wants to review and talk about this basically of a microphone. So let's walk through and show you why even though it's almost $120 for this thing, let's walk through it. It's got to show you something, and definitely, boy, does it. So there you go, guys, the Blue Yeti Blackout in its full box there, as you can see. You know, it's got the label here, and then it's got a few, shows you what it can do, the infinite possibilities. It has three options, you know, the Coloroid, the stereo, the Omni, and the bidirectional. On the front, on the other side, it shows you all different stats and features on the side, what it can and what it has on there, including the stand, the volume controls, and all the different switches to switch, and it can also be mounted on a stand. So if you want to put this on a swing arm, like I have right now as we're speaking, because I'm using it right now, the Yeti, you got that. Then it shows you little perks like, why is it called the Yeti? So unboxing this thing, you get this big box coming out. Ooh, look at that beautiful sexiness. Oh, we got tape here. Now let me take this off here with our handy dandy opener here. Come here, you big blade. Alright, so pop this thing open. Put this blade away. I'm not always secure my blades away. Then you open it up, and right at the bat on front, there's your USB cable, which is long. Thank you, Blue, for making it a very long USB cable for long uses. And then on there in the front as well, we got some documentation and paperwork, so you can put that away. Now we're gonna flip this thing underneath, so there goes the styrofoam. Hello. And now the splitting apart of these things. Alright, there's one. Come on, I'm trying to get this thing out of here. It's being a little stuck in there, but it'll come out in a second. And come on, get out of there. There it goes. A little stuck. There it is, guys. Whoop. Let me lock this down. There's the Blue Yeti, and that's what it on the stand. So it's beautiful, simple black. You know, there's a little bit of chrome accent to the blue logo, but that's all there is. So it's just the way, you know, that stuff is. So on the bottom is a very big, nice foam base. Very heavy too. Oh my goodness, is it heavy. On the back there's a gain knob and four rotations to switch the different sounds for the headset. There also is a mute button and a volume control for the volume on your headset. So if you want to hear your own voice, you can hear it through the headset separately, away from the audio drivers and stuff like that. You can also unscrew to move it to any position you want off the stand, or you can actually unscrew the whole thing off that stand and put it on another mount, if you have it. And you just spin it, and you can spin it any way you want. And if you want to put it away, maybe like you'll put it there. There's the screw, and there's your USB port, so you can plug it in and everything. It's very clean, very simple. They didn't add a little things. And there's a stupid gel packet. Let's get rid of this stuff. Get it out of here. I'm putting you away. Putting you away. And Mr. Box, get out of here. And you too. But that's, you know, it is. It's a very heavy looking mic. But believe it or not, guys, if you take off that off that stand, it actually is lighter than it looks. And I was actually impressed, you know. It's a good thing though they gave you a sturdy stand, because you don't want to bump this thing, and you want to make sure that it stays on the stand. But if you spin those screws all the way, and you just give it a little firm push, come on, you spin it all the way off. Come on, all the way off. There it goes. And now the stand, it comes off the stand. And it's just little washers that hold the sucker away. So it's no big deal there. So let's go dive into this thing. So there it is, guys, on there. So here's the specs for this thing. It power requires, of course, that USB cable at 5 volts at 150 milliamps with a sample rate of 48 kilohertz. The bit rate's at 16-bit. It runs 3 blue proprietary 14 millimeter condenser capsules inside here, and it can run corduroy, bidirectional, omnidirectional, and stereo. It has response rate of 70 hertz to 20 kilohertz with a sensitivity of 4.5 millivolts. Okay, so this thing's actually got some pretty powerful stuff. Not to mention that amplifier on the headphones you can use. 16 ohm independents on there. So all you have to do is plug it in, guys, and right off the bat, it will start picking up the sound. And like I said, you can monitor through your headset like I am right now as I'm doing this video. And it's not that bad at all. There's no delay or anything whatsoever. Like I said, no drivers. It plugs it in right off the bat, gets going. And the dimensions for this thing is actually pretty simple. It's 4.72 inches by 4.92 inches because the knobs and everything on the sides and stuff. And then tall-wise is only 11.61 inches. This is with the base, with the stand. Now, also, guys, the weight on this thing, with the stand, it is 2.2 pounds, so it is pretty heavy, but that's because the stand's got to give it some weight to keep it supported on your desk. Without that stand, and you put this on a swing arm, it only weighs 1.2 pounds, so most stands can support this. So if you need to get a cheap one, like one of those Neener ones, like I do, they'll work just as fine. You can keep it up, you can play it upside down and have it hanging or anything like that, and it'll work just as fine. Operating system, you can go all the way down for Windows up down to XP, so there's no problems whatsoever because just about any but computer can run this, unless you really have dated gear, which then I go and say, why don't you have newer gear and spend $100 for a headset? OS, Macintosh, OS X 10.4.11 or higher, so it's no problem up there if you use Mac products. You'll be fine. And like I said, it uses USB 1.1 or 2.0, which is no problem because most USB ports anyway nowadays has 2.0. So plug it in, you're ready to go. No problems at all. And like I said, guys, now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through every single sound through this headset. We're going to switch through all the different sounds in here, and I'm also going to play also me as if I was working here in my room and as I'm playing a game or I'm talking to somebody or doing paperwork. That way, guys, you can hear the difference between the 4 different sound settings in this mic. Okay, so let's get started with the first one. Okay, guys, so this is what the Blue Yeti Cardio sounds like in a nutshell. Now, it's on color right now. Basically, it focuses the sound in front of me, and it's really good for if you're doing sounds like, doing voiceovers and stuff like that, or if you're just talking general, or you use it for podcasts or anything like that. Very simple, plug it in, you're ready to go. And it sounds kind of like this. Nothing crazy. So that's what it sounds like in the background. Now, if I come back here and I switch, if I turn back here, this is stereo. Stereo sounds a little different. It's basically the different sounds into the sides here. You can hear it pick up right off the bat. And it sounds completely different altogether. And that's what basically, so if you go like this, it just sounds completely different altogether. And that's another neat thing that it's got. Now, on top of that, there's another one. And this one I kind of dread to play, but I have to be the due diligence and show you what it is. So we're going to switch back in corduroy again. Now we're going into omnidirectional. It sounds completely different, doesn't it? Omnidirectional, basically everything around here is getting picked up. Everything around here, all front, up and back, in the front, on the side, on the left, and down, and below. And basically everything in this room right now is being picked up by this microphone. So basically, you guys are hearing my computer fan right now. All my fans going like crazy in that case. And I personally don't like that at all. I don't want you guys hearing that stuff. I don't want you hearing this. I don't want you guys hearing that like crazy. That'll annoy the hell out of me. And that's not what I want you guys to have. So, and then, last but not least, is turn it. I want to be ginger with the turning of the knob. Kind of, I can hear it. It sounds bad to hear the pop. This one is bidirectional. and basically you can hear that's what it sounds like on the keyboard. Just, yeah, mechanical switches, baby. Bidirectional basically focuses on the front and the back here. So you have a almost setup for a near perfect setup for an interview. If you're trying to talk to somebody and say, you know, a different meeting or something like that, it'll focus here. And the sides here don't really got a kind of sound picked up here. You can hear my ear on this side, but it doesn't focus on these sides at all. It doesn't focus on them. So that's just the way it is. It's just the way that thing's set up. So that would be not an ideal for setup for me. It would be if I want to work with the... Here we go. Corduroy is the ideal option for me, because it's just focusing the sound voice towards me. Not to mention, this thing's also great for instruments, this microphone altogether, and anything else like that fact. It's just a great little microphone, and I love this altogether. That's why I got this thing. So this is the Blue Yeti, guys. New Blue Yeti. We're replacing our Blue Snowball. Great little microphone too, but it's old, it's dated, it's not old and it's not dated. It's just, it doesn't work for our setup wise. It just doesn't work. It doesn't have this gain knob like I have back here where I can just turn. There it is. And I can turn and have my voice go lower and turn it back up to a point where I go, wait, right there. And there's a sweet spot so that I can get it so it's loud enough for me to hear, but not too high for you guys to hurt your ears and go, oh my god, what the hell kind of thing going on. So that's the reason why I got that kind of this microphone. Not to mention the different sound options. On top of that, I got monitoring. I can hear my own voice through here. I can turn it down so I can't hear it at all. It's just one of those other things. And also on top of that, if I guys wanted to, like all together and you guys can't hear a dang thing I said. I just said to you that I muted the microphone, basically. I can mute it, I can unmute it, and all it uses that cable right there. That USB cable. And it just goes right down to my hub down here, ready to go, and it detects it. No bells, no whistles, no any, yeah. So that's it, and it's a little over $100 for this thing, but for the price you're getting, it's worth every penny nonetheless. It's phenomenal, and it doesn't use a lot of hardware to use it. Just plugs it in. It's recognized as a full-fledged microphone, and you can just go and do anything you want, and it doesn't affect the software because there's no software for this thing. There's no software needed. You could get aftermarket software to probably improve this thing, cut out the hiss, cut out the fans in here and stuff like that, but it's not really necessary for my purposes. I just need to get the sound going, and it'll work fine enough for me. Eventually, maybe I'm gonna start working on getting the sounds out and stuff like that, but it's just I don't need all those bells and whistles for now. I just like a great sound. You guys can hear me. You guys will enjoy the it's something that you can go, I can hear his voice nice and clear. No bells, no whistles, kind of BS. Because this, I needed to get software for, and I was like, not really necessary. It's too much work. So, bye-bye. And I went for this thing, and I'm loving it all together. And so, guys, when this comes out, I would see if you look for it, you see if you can find this on Cyber Monday or Black Friday coming up. You guys could probably get your hands on it. Probably a good sale. I mean, there's going to be sales all over the internet. You can go, ooh, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Just see if this is available. Maybe you guys need a good microphone. I recommend this thing all together. Pick up this bad boy. Do it. If you need it. If you need a good microphone, do it. Until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, take care of yourselves. Yeah.